Hey, oh, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Master Duel stream. Tiny problem. Apparently the game has a massive update. So we are gonna go and sit here and watch a percentage bar fill itself till it is at 100%. Ain't that exciting, huh? Oh man, I swear, being prepared is like the one thing that I should have been doing, or that I should have been. I can't even do the being prepared thing right. Isn't that awesome? Oh well. How are you all doing on this amazing Monday? I woke up at like 3 p.m. So I've been awake for like 5 hours or so, still trying to get a feel for what it even means to be awake. Hey Evan! Hi, how are you doing? Also, last week I told you guys about how the air cushions of my headphone were like done for. My new ones came in and oh my god, I can't hear myself talk. So this is really weird. You know how noise cancelling headphones make it so that you can't hear yourself properly? I didn't have that problem with the other ones. I'm doing pretty well. Like I said, woke up at 3. Yeah. Smashing ground. Oh boy. This is one of those moments where I wish that I had like sealed booster boxes or something, because I could just have opened boosters during the download period. But no. I don't have any of that, so, you know. Tetris? Wait, what are we... Tetris? What's with Tetris? Turtle wants to go and play Tetris? Actually, I do have something that I wanted to ask. Would you guys be interested in me playing Masochist? Like, make an entirely new account, start with basically nothing, and then try to rank up, and every win that I get, I can open legacy packs and open one Master Duel pack, I believe is what it was. I might switch the rules up a tiny bit so that it would fit my personal way of playing, I guess, but that way we do get to see a bunch of different, like, strategies. I have to actually learn how multiple archetypes are working. I already had a feeling that Turtle would like it, because Turtle is always the one that is trying to get me to play like the more obscure things during like the events and all that, so. I was thinking about like maybe making it Masochist Monday or something. I will have to see if I can figure it out, like how to make the second account, etc. Oh, it's a blue eyes! Oh my god! What do you mean? Well, Turtle, you're always the one that is asking me to play the archetypes that are not necessarily meta, but they are doing a thing. They're more obscure, but they are definitely worth playing. you know, like, oh, what was it? During the events where they have loner decks, Materiactor and etc. I just never really had any way of playing like sealed or anything versus other people. I mean, I could theoretically set up like a somewhat bigger event that I could be hosting during a weekend or something. Like, I could try to stream on a Saturday or something and maybe host a sealed event where we all open a certain selection pack or something, and then just have a duel room filled with people that are dueling each other. Would be fun. Not sure how I would set that up though, but another gig. Yeah, no, exactly. But I mean, you know, the downside is to something like that. If you do set up a event like that and you open those packs, it's really difficult to control or to check if people actually opened the cards or not. Know what I mean? Like, if there's somebody if we, let's say we decide we go and open the Malice pack, and somebody comes with a perfect strategy, like every single card that they need. They have the link trees, they have all names, they even have like the reptile. They have everything, all of it. You know, that's like, it's iffy. And another thing, it would cost gems, which is something that personally, for example, I don't have the gems to do such a thing, so. It would take people farming gems, I guess. But it could be fun to just have a casual, tiny duel, I guess, like duel thingy. A DC. Oh, the Discord. I don't know, Turtle, you always tell me that you don't use Discord. I have been advertising the Discord every single end credit thing, so I don't know why you're not in there. You tell me, friend, you tell me. Why are you not in there? That's a good question. Oh. There you go. Welcome, welcome, Turtle. Oh. It's the Turtle. Da da da. I mean, there's not a whole lot that is being done in the Discord just yet. That will most likely take a little bit to like catch some yeah. Wait, what are you gonna join? You just did join the Discord, right? Well, according to Discord, it does say that you already are in with the little turtle emote, so if that's not you, then I'm confused. But the link should be in the description down below. Will I ever be sure that anybody is anybody? I mean... But the Discord, that is a very good point actually. If we would host an event like that, and we do have the Discord, then the first requirement is that the person that joins said event would be in the Discord. And the second thing would be that they would send me their or I guess send the pools that they got in like an image so that we can like sort of check if things are actually pulled or not, you know. I guess that's a fair thing to do. But I will have to work that out, because if I do that with viewers, then I don't feel like I should expect them to have the gems. That feels wrong. I also can't provide the gems though, so you know. Okay, we're already in the 90%, so getting there. Slowly but surely. I could have sworn that updates normally are not taking that long, but for some reason, this one is taking forever. Do you guys happen to know? Was that a big update? Or have I just, like, not updated my game in like a week? Which is definitely true. I haven't updated my game in a week, but it isn't that big really. Okay. Well, in that case, my internet connection must just have been like hit by something. I don't know. Normally this is not taking this long, I can tell you that much. I just create a new account for the event. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Turtle. Not everybody is creating accounts every single time. That's, some people like to just do those polls on a main, like a main account. 10 gigabytes 3 days ago. Oh. Ah. Yeah, if this is 10 gig, then that could have a net. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you all for sitting through the absolute waiting simulator of a century. Let's go and see what the updates are, shall we? Holy shit. Okay. The 4th. Wait, that's today. Okay. Oh god, wait, Raizio is about to be out, huh? Is that today? Yes, it is today. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I am so excited to pull this. This is actually a really fucking cool card for Dynamorphia. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really cool card for Dynamorphia. We do have to cut an extra card in our extra deck though, but this is a really cool card. Because if your opponent does out your Rexterm, then you can use the Bao in order, by just a simple discard. Then you can use Bao to summon back the Rexterm, which is a fucking big deal. Oh, that is such a good card to find here. It's a UR, right? Yeah. Meowls is also pretty cool, not going to lie. Like, the kitty cat is, it's a thing. Oh man, okay, well I think that I know what we are supposed to be doing here. Right? Wait, what? With more cards now available in the game, future cards. Oh. Okay, sure. Wait, Pot of Greed? Huh? A coin whose motive is a magic pot set to bring well-being. Oh my god, you've got to be joking. You can now customize the fucking coins. You can customize the fucking coins? Oh my god, Konami. We at Konami headquarters wanted to make a fuck ton of money. Please give us your real life money for a virtual coin. We of course haven't bought it. Why am I not surprised that haven't bought the coin? I mean, this is actually not bad. This is a pretty good pack. This is a pretty decent card. This card is fucking broken. This card is fucking broken. This card is a really good card to just pick up. This is kind of whatever. This is taking way too much effort. Okay, sure. Detonate to the top. So this guy's in the game now, huh? Imagine that. Imagine that. Wait, I forgot to do the issue page. Oh my god, they patched so many issues. Good god. Yep. Give me my 40. 20 for logging. Scam. I got fucking scammed over there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, free pulls. We really like free pulls. Free pulls, please. Please. Please give me... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna be excited about that one. Oh, I should have been excited about that one. Double SR? Count me in. Double Burning Dragon is kind of weird, but I mean, sure. Burning Dragon is a pretty cool card though. Not going to lie. Like, Burning Dragon is a interesting card. The fact that Burning Dragon is like a Cyber Dragon if your opponent has 2 monsters on their field. And then if it's summoned, you get to discard a spell and destroy all spell and traps on the field. That is pretty darn, like, that's strong. That is a pretty good board breaker. The only problem is, why would you? If you can also, you know, kill your opponent. Anyway, not going any further into that one. Ooh, the overlay animation. Okay, that is kind of clean. I'm not... Ooh, yeah, okay, that is kind of clean. And I swear, why? Why? I don't know, but why? I mean, I kind of want it, but you know, it is kind of cool. I can't lie. It is kind of cool. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, Heaven does have a point, but oh, this is really cool. I'm sorry, but Bao is... Good God, that art is so cool. Like, if you look in the back over here, you can see that there's like a demonic eye with teeth after behind her. Like, there's this demon inside of the stairs that is following her. Oh, I love the art. Yeah, no, the art of Bao is so fucking cool. The little demon over here. A little like pet. And then you have the demon in the back on the stair. You have the skeletal wing. The art is so good. I don't think that I should waste gems on it right now, you know. This is gonna be around for like another month or so, so I'm good. But it is really cool. Okay, tell me what else is in this pack. Chirac, Gateway of the Six, okay. Gordian Slicer is a good board breaker. This card actually is really solid if you're breaking boards. It's like prosperity in a way. It has the prosperity clause where you can target any number of face-up cards on the field. And then for each targeted card, banish 1 card from your hand or 6 from your extra deck. So it's like the 6 cards is like Prospe. 1 card from your hand is, you know, not always an upside, but I can definitely think of certain decks that could run this and just go plus on it. Think about Thunder Dragons. Thunder Dragons, and then you open with Gordian Slicer, and then you have all 3 names of the Thunder Dragons in your hand. Bounce 3 cards of your opponent back to their hand. Banish 3 Thunder Dragons in your hand from your hand, and then trigger all of them in the next chain. I mean, I can see that doing work. But yeah, no, Gordian Slicer it's a phenomenal card to break boards. The only problem is that in the TCG, it's not really doing all that much. Because we don't necessarily are running that many board breakers, and the banish from hand is a pretty like steep cost. Except for decks that do like going plus that hard. But that's why I like this card, because it's either banish a card from your hand or 6 from your extra deck. So it's like either or. Oh wait, it's face down, huh? Then it kind of works only in things like Kashtira, I guess. Because Kashtira can attach them to a Rizard. But then you have to have a Rizard on the field already, so it's not a board breaker anymore. Yeah, never mind. The face down clause is iffy. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, the new Fable cards. Pretty sure that Behemoth is new. That's a new Fabled card, I believe. Oh my god, there's so many cards in here that are like in the TCG for like only just a couple of weeks, basically. Like Steamed Sabersaurus, for example. That's not in the TCG for that long. Maybe a month or two, I think. Some of these have been released incredibly quick. Damn. Okay. Yeah, exactly. There are cards from Ellen in here, that's crazy. And there's cards from the new monster set, the new Monster Mash thingy, with the chibi arts, because that's where Gamajin was from, and the Behemoth. Both of those are from that set. Pretty sure that the Jurek support was also in that set, actually. What is this? This seems like a very big dragon. How do we make this? Clearwing Synchro Dragon, okay. 2 tuners or 1 tuner synchro monster. Sure. Must be synchro summoned. Sure. Once per turn, when another card or its effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. If you destroy the monster, this card gains attack equal to the original attack, blah blah blah. Okay, sure. If this phase of an owner's control leaves the field by opponent's card effect, you can special one clear win from your... Oh. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, get clear wing out and you're dire. Like, clear wing and you're done. Oh, hey, nobody. That's a long time ago that I've seen you in chat. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, thank you for asking. Okay, that's nothing special. Bookmark slot, really now. This gives you 5 more slots for bookmarking cards on the deck edit screen. Oh my god, imagine that you're using bookmarks. This question right here. This question right here is exactly what every single person in the history of the entirety of the game is asking themselves. What the fuck is a bookmark slot? With these you can bookmark more cards on the edit screen. Okay, well, what is a bookmark? How do you bookmark? How does one... Okay. They basically thought to themselves, how can we make the illusion pack tempting for people to open? And then they just dropped one of the best archetypes inside of the pack, because, you know, why not? Aww. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, 15 years is a pretty old age for cats, right? So I guess that there's at least that, but I can see why that would be a pretty big... Yeah, okay. I hope that you will be able to like, move on, I guess. I'm bad whenever people are sad over like, either people or like pets or family members. I think that family members is the best way of calling them, because it's like, if you have a pet for such a long time, especially cats and dogs, from what I have heard and seen around me, they basically become family members, right? But I'm so bad when people did lose those, like, I feel so bad for them, but at the same time I don't know what to say. But I do hope that you will feel better soon. I mean, and oh yeah, sure, our opponent's name is ... Well, that doesn't promise me anything good. Aw, thank you. That is a very big compliment, actually. I will gladly take that compliment. That's okay, question. Should we normal summon Lurry so that we can summon the Lacrima from hand with the Requiem, or do we keep Lurry and hope that they negate the Lacrima? I think that's better, right? Wait, how are we gonna do this? I think I have to do this. I mean, I would have loved to discard Lurry to something, but we don't have any discards. This hand is kinda ass, not gonna lie. Our opponent is holding us hostage on a normal summon Lurry. Are you for real? Oh, there's the connection. There's the connection issue. Here we go. Connection issue central. Try to detonator the Lurry. Haha. Okay, I guess we win on normal summon Lurry. Sure, connection failed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll take it. I sincerely do think that we are gonna pull on the selection pack from Raizio though. Because if we do get Raizio cards, that's not necessarily bad. I do think that Raizio is a pretty interesting deck. There are a couple of things you can do with it that you wouldn't necessarily think about otherwise. This hand is absolute fucking garbage. I mean, if we can win with this just because oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, is this Mikanko or is this Voiceless Voice? Oh my fucking god, no, it's zombies. It's Pendred. Okay. Sure. But yeah, I do think that we're gonna try to save up to 1,000 gems. And then I'm gonna pull and try to get Bao. There's a good chance that we are able to make her already. Like with the UR dust, but I honestly think that going for UR dust crafter, you know, it is in the store. The Raizio cards are useful to have, so might as well pull on the pack, right? But first we have to go and survive Snoozefest City. Because our hand is actually really bad. But with one single card, this hand could become playable. And that would be like Theresia. Or Fossil Dick, actually. Yeah, Fossil Dick wouldn't be the worst either. But here's the thing, like if we do have Fossil Dick or Theresia, then our alert would be live and we can set the fusion trap. Ferret Flames is phenomenal versus ritual decks. And the Unicorn is basically baiting either Vader or Imperm, or Ash and then a Vader / Imperm. Mondo! Oh god, it's Mondo made with IP. Ah, okay. Suppose that's a thing. I have to say though, maybe if we do manage to get the Bao. Didn't Bao have a pop effect? I'm legitimately just sitting here thinking, if the pop effect of Bao is a thing, and you get to pop any card on the field, not just your opponent's, any card, then you could turn the deck into a combo deck. Without, like, a fuck ton of Dynamorphia cards. But Dynamorphia could still be, like, a part of it. That might be worth a try. Oh my... We're so good at this game. We are so fucking good at this game. Let's start with Unicorn, shall we? Unicorn. They did have a response though. Not sure what that response was all about, but okay. I guess that we do have a bird now, so there's that. Let's not play into the imperm column before I have like half of my chat up my ass about me playing into the imperm column for all eternity. You know what the bad part is about the entire thing? They're not even wrong. I do always play into the imperm column. Even in my own. Ain't that right, Turtle? Heaven. Always, right? Always. Lol, don't do it again. I know, right? I mean, I guess we're just gonna go into the Fiendsmith engine here. What's the worst that could happen? Famous last words, you know. They do have something. I don't think it's Nibiru because Nibiru doesn't activate yet, so. They have something that can respond to basically everything. That's the long and short of it. But that's completely fine. I can target things on their field, sure. And Mondo gets shit back, right? Yeah. Tribute this, then target a ritual in your grave, summon it. Okay. That's fine by me. Are we gonna do that now? No? We're gonna call by? Okay. Perfectly fine by me. Oh well, means we don't get the OTK today. Sad. Is what it is. Let's hope that that last card in their hand is not an Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom would kinda stink, not gonna lie. They do have something else. I just can't tell what it is. Well. Yeah, sure. Let's go activate Droplet. Ooh. Okay. Well, that stinks. Yeah. Sure. So, how about we get all three of these dipshits out of your grave, huh? Bye. I am pretty certain that there were better options, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna read all the Vendred cards right now. That's a bit much, huh? Well, time to pass over to their turn. Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I did read this card. I just didn't realize that this card was going to banish shit because it's not written on the card. It's really interesting if you think about it. I mean, I don't even know where I would read that it did the thing. That's the thing that I don't like about certain decks that have this kind of mechanic. Like, come on. If you are giving a monster an extra effect, then at least tell me that it has the extra effect. Tell me somewhere that it does have that effect. Like, add it in yellow underneath here or something. But let me know that this card does have an extra effect. Nowhere on this card it tells me that it can banish shit. Yet it randomly has the ability to banish shit. Like, come on. What are we doing? Well, there goes Dynamondo. Does anybody know this archetype well enough that they can tell me where in the ever-living heck I should have known that that card can banish shit? Because I sure don't. Ah. Vanquish's going to get added to your hand during damage calc. Okay, so we're adding the ritual. Gotcha. Yeah, sure, you can kill the Theresia. That's fine. Oh, brother. It's not the worst thing either. Okay, well, that surge might actually fuck me over. Maybe not. Depends. But yeah. If anybody could tell me where in the ever-living shit it tells me that it can banish something, please. Please do tell. Pretty sure it wasn't on the card. Ah, here you go. It's the Hound Horde. Hound Horde is what gives that monster the effect. But if that would just be... Oh. If that would just be written on the fucking card, that would be great. Because then you can, like, do something about it. Yeah, this thing is gonna go and banish a card again. I know, I know. Yeah, yeah. It's a soft once per turn as well, because imagine... I mean, this game is basically already over right now. We do get to do this, I guess. Let's start with this so that they can get that shit out of the way. No, you don't? Oh, interesting. You let this go through, huh? I mean, not that I can do anything with it, but hey, you know, the idea was nice, I guess. I don't have enough dinos in my grave either, so I can't even go for Misk here. I could normal summon Misk, but that's not gonna do it, because then it can, like... It can still stop me in a way. Okay, so... What is the problem that we have to deal with first? I guess we are going to battle, because neither of these are gonna do much anyway. Let's kick this. Activate Unicorn. Okay. What do we need to get rid of? SP sounds kinda scary. Lars is kinda whatever in this scenario. I can see Entis being a thing, but not right now. I guess we get rid of the second savior. Or the Mondo. I think second savior. Yeah, you're gonna make me lose attack. I know. Uh-huh. I forgot that it was during damage calc. No, I'm not even gonna sit this one out. They can continuously like banish shit from our back row this way. It's just going to be annoying. Not worth sitting that one out. I think I could have won it, but it's not gonna be a pretty duel. It's gonna last for basically ever, and in the end, what do we win? Ooh, wait, another coin flip win? Okay. Now I'll take it. That is a very interesting combination of field things. Like we have the giant flower over here with the sarcophagus that is on top of it, but then we have a game. Right. Okay. I guess. No, our opponent has something that they could activate, so that's Mike C or I don't know, something along those lines. Normal summon Lacrima is, yeah, that's pretty good for baiting shit. Let's go for this. Let's make ourselves a little coffin. Requiem, that's the name that I was looking for. Yeah, we do want to keep Requiem in the grave though, so... Let's go summon ourselves a sweet little engraver. Summon number 3. Am I going to do the thing? I guess we could activate Engraver, shuffle Requiem back. Or Lacrima. Requiem. I don't think I need to remove something. Right? Maybe? Who knows? Okay. Sequence effect. Let's make Desiree. I mean, I could have kept the Lacrima engrave if I made the what's it called? The Lacrima. I could have kept Lacrima if I made Lacrima. That sentence is... yeah. It's a special kind of special. Now we do have a tiny problem here. We need too many extra, spell slots. Oh, here we go. Well, we're doing pretty good, at least I am so far. Okay, so here's the question. Are we gonna go for sequence? Or is Ferret Flames and Brood better? I think that leaving sequence in the back is not that bad. It is target protection though. In a really good mood, and then we have the most evil of evil emotes. Yeah, sure, Rico. You are definitely convincing everybody that you're in a good mood. Without a doubt. I am a little bit concerned about not having the sequence attached to the Desiree. Can't lie, that's a thing. Not ideal. But the fact that we can, like, make Rexterm, protect Rexterm, you know. Oh, you are building Ryziel. Ah. Yeah, no, thanks, I hate it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna flip domain right away. In response to the to the D-Fissure. Because we do want to have at least these two in the grave so that we can float into them eventually. I could negate the D-Fissure this turn. Like, there's a thing that I can do. Or I can pop it with Brute. But then we end on Kentragina with Kentragina. Huh. I think we are just gonna sit on a 0 Kentragina for now. Oh, it's already built. Oh. Well, I am praying that I don't have to fight versus you. Let's put it that way, shall we? Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, that's a lovely barrier statue you got there. Hi, Stun. How you doing? Ah, Golganda. Okay. Golganda is, yeah. Golganda is something that happened. Please, please, for the love of everything that's holy. Please, slam that barrier statue into my Kentragina. Do it. Go, go. You know you want to. I beg of you. Please slam it into the Kentragina. You know you want to. Okay, well, you're fucked. I'm not gonna chain anything. We will negate this, this, and this. Ruh-roh! Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so anyway. Don't you love it when the Desiree suddenly makes your Kentragina 4K? It's so fucking good. Wait, you lost to Ryziel Dinos? Ryziel Dinos? Rico, excuse you, are you okay? Ryziel Dinos. Do you mean normal dinos or my dinos? Like the Dynamorphia? Either way, it's a wild thing, but, you know. Let's see if they have Ash. Nope. And no Ash, okay. Well, I mean, normal dinos can be like pretty solid, especially if you like plant a detonator next to it. I can imagine that makes outing it a little bit harder, yeah. I can imagine. Okay, let's see. Theresia is going to search this thing. Actually, are we going to go full throttle on the... I could go for just sitting on this. I think that sitting on this might actually be better. Because we don't have the back row of space anyway, so... leaving the Fiendsmith engine in the back for now is not that bad. Wait, Ryziel Sushi? Ooh. Sushi Ryziel. Okay. Sometimes I wonder where I can find those deck lists. Yeah, you and me both, honestly. You know, I think that most people that do play that kind of a deck build it themselves. They usually don't even have like that they have copied it or anything. Oh yeah, in gold you will definitely find some weird ass shit. Yeah, I know. That does make a whole lot more sense now that you mention it. Okay. Kentragina. They draw 2, and we basically have our entire board complete. Well, that's fun. Something tells me that I shouldn't let them have this. I don't know why, but, you know. It's art. Don't you think that art would be a little bit too far? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's activate birds. You can go, and... I guess you can go. Might as well. Maybe I should have waited, now that I think of it. It's definitely a Egyptian gold deck, yeah. And they are absolutely going to fuck me over if I don't like try to be careful. That's why I don't use the Kentragina yet. Because if they go to battle and they kick the Rexstorm into next Tuesday, then if the Kentragina manages to survive, we are able to make another one. Which is more or less what we hope to do, right? We do have one Imperm, so here's hoping. Maybe I should make the second Rexstorm already. But I'm gonna wait until they have summoned a bunch of things. Because they now are setting up. So I should have waited with the bird, like, no doubt. Because if I could have stopped the Mseti and everything, that would have been pretty big. But we can make a second Rexstorm. Yeah, I think that is what we have to do here. That does sound like a pretty decent plan. Because that means that the sarcophagus is not outing Rexstorm anymore. Which I think personally is a pretty damn good way of dealing with this shit. Second Rexstorm. And now we are hoping. Now it became a game of praying to the Egyptian gods. We're on 500. Let's see what happens. Happy is... Well, I mean... Happy is a card, I guess. Rico being a real brother in arms. Wow, going for the Kentragina, huh? Okay. Okay, that's kind of cute. I wonder why they would go for the Kentragina. Why Kentragina for all that's worth it? Okay, let's see. Does this work? It does work! Hey, look at that! Isn't that cool? I doubt that I have to do anything here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exorcista Raziel. I do think that Exorcista Raziel was a thing that people have tried. Although I do believe that Exorcista Raziel had the problem where... what's it called? It had the problem that you lock yourself into Exorcistus, I believe. If you're using Marta. But Marta is also like your best starter. So, yeah, see, exactly. Exactly what I said, it's Marta. Haha, I knew that I knew an Exorcistus, like, somewhat. But yeah, no, Marta is like your best starter, but it's also the one card that basically fucks you over. So yeah. Okay, well, this is a pretty decent board, I would say. Let's activate Fenrir. So that we can search out the other unicorn, just for shits and giggles, I suppose. Turtle be like, huh? Wait, you're telling me that the deck became worse with it? Sure, count me in, Chief. I'm in. Coach, put me in. I will play the worst version of the deck. That's fine by me. Let's go. Let's fucking go. The worst version of the deck sounds like a real good plan to me. Let's go. Yep. Okay, so battle. They get to do a bunch of stuff. We go Fenrir, kick into Happy, effect Fenrir. Get rid of that stupid sarcophagus. Aha! We did a thing. Hell yeah. Battle step is fine. That's gonna crash. Let's not make it crash. And then unicorn into the last one, and just for good measure, exactly. Oh yeah, no, it will cost you because like half of the deck is SR or UR. Like it's kind of split in the middle. I had a look at it just now. Wait, let me go and have a look at it again. Because new pack and all that, so. Okay, let's see. We have, you need at least 2 duo drive, at least 1 detonator, so that's like 3 URs guaranteed. You need X 2 times. Ice you need 3 times. This is a 3 off, this is a 3 off, this is a 2 off now. Then we go to the SRs, which is 1 note, 1 star. I am missing some. Wait, what? Where's the rest? You don't play Palm. Palm ain't good. Wait, what? Which am I missing? Wasn't that a 4th? Oh wait, note is the 4th. Yeah. Oh yeah, but come on, if you use the Fiendsmith engine, then you definitely go overboard. Like, Lacrima you are... Desiree you are... The sequence, like, has more starters. That's why it shows it. Yeah, I mean, I can see why. In that case, I am curious. Do you play Bao? Because I don't think that you don't have space for this card, right? Like the Fiendsmith Rizal version doesn't have space for it, I think. Your extra deck is so fucking tight. You need Detonator. You need Duo Drive. What? Bao? I mean, Bao is a crazy card. Not gonna lie. I guess it's less useful in a deck like Ryziel, although there is something to be said for the attach effect, because if you do summon the detonator back with Bao, you do get to attach a card again, so you know. That is actually not that bad. It's on special summon, not on same for duo drive. But you don't get to summon duo drive because it's fire. But you know, getting detonator back with Bao and then attaching a card to it is actually pretty good, because that does like reset the pop effect basically. So there's place to be made there. But I can see why you wouldn't run Bao, because the way that it works if you're playing this with Fiendsmith is you have to go for Fiendsmith first and then your Raziel lines, because otherwise you're locked out of your Fiendsmith engine. Because you're locked into rank 4s for the rest of the turn after you are using the effect of Sword, Ice, Ext. So if you're doing it in the correct order, then everything is like, oh my god, it's amazing. If you are finding yourself in this really awkward position where you don't get to activate the search effects of these cards, of these 3 specifically, like Sword, Ice, and Ext, if you can't search with them, oh, that is so fucking bad. So yeah, okay, I guess I can see why Bao in that deck specifically would not really work all that well. But yeah, no, like I said, there's a thing to be said for it. Also, because Master Duel didn't have the Apo band yet, there's a really good chance that Bao is gonna see less play, because Bao and Apo kind of like compete for the same like Link 4 slot. Oh no, they gave up on caring about low rarities, like legit. Everything is a UR or SR if you need it for the deck. There's like very few cards that are not high rarity nowadays. But yeah, no, exactly, Rico. It kind of competes for that like important rank 4 or like Link 4 slot. But Apo is better in most situations. But you basically make the Bao with the same line as you would have made Apo. You make the Fusion Lacrima, Reborn the Engraver. Now you have a Link 2 with 2 bodies on field underneath it. That is what? Exactly. 3-mat Apo or Bao. This hand is not bad. It's not gonna do anything in my opponent's turn. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, well, we'll be here for a second. And we have to play through what I would imagine is, well, let's say Detonator with Desiree. That's gonna be annoying. Can we play through Detonator and... I don't know. Huh? Wait, what are you gonna test? Bao and Apo. Well, I mean, sure, but the problem is you do need that extra deck slot. And because they kind of compete for the same slot in the deck, it's like, what is it that you want more? A monster negate that can negate like up to 3 monster effects? Or do you want to go and have a flexible reborn / pop, but it does cost you a discard? That's kind of the thing, like not every deck is capable of having an extra card in hand at the end of their entire combo. Like Dynamorphia, for example, that's what Heaven was saying earlier. Dynamorphia just doesn't have that extra card that they have left. There's very few times where I end with that one card in hand that I can pitch to whatever is on the field. Unless it's like one of the counter traps or one of the normal traps from Dynamorphia, because then you can banish them and prevent burn damage or something, but the idea still stands. Oh yeah, no, the new Life Twin support, for example, makes Bao a fucking powerhouse. It's so fucking broken. It's absolutely absurd. Bao, Reborn Sunny effect. Tribute itself again. Reborn, the two rank Link 2 twins. And then on your opponent's turn, you basically get to do the entire fucking bullshit again. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so we have to fight our way through just Desiree. Oh, well, this is gonna be fucking funny bullshit. Oh, okay, that's an Ashe. Sure, that means that our trust is now live. That's nice. Thanks, opponent. How about number 2? Aha! But that is more! I dismantled Live Twin to build Malice. Rico! How dare you dismantle the little girls? God! That's not nice. Jeez. So mean. Oh my god, they have failure. Okay, well, guess we are misking here. Actually, no, I have to keep misc for when I resolve the fusion, right? But I don't get to resolve the fusion if I don't get to set the fusion. So I guess I just have to do it here. This does force out their Desiree. Okay, so we don't Desiree. Gotcha. That means we have to go and set Intact, I think. What's Intact gonna do? Intact ain't gonna do shit here. They'll negate our trust. Yeah, this is kind of lost cause central, isn't it? There's not much we get to do here. I do have to set Intact because if they let the trust go through, which they don't, like we are already aware this is gonna get negated. Although it's really awkward for them to negate this because they have a negate 6, but they have to choose. They have to choose, otherwise it's gonna be a problem for them. Oh my god, they let it go through. Oh, that is so fucking good for us. That means we get to set the frenzy, which immediately stops their Desiree. Or we could go Ferret Flames. Two cards in hand. I think I have to set Frenzy. I'm gonna set the bird just to make them nervous. Bird is not gonna do anything here either anyway, so it's like... I dismantled you Bell today for Raisiel. Rico, come on! Jeez! You do realize that you're going minus like 16,000 times over by dismantling shit, right? Oh, man. Okay. Frenzy. If they negate Frenzy, then we would have had a problem. But now, I think we are just gonna go for Rexstem right away. I think we're going for Rexstem right away. We skip the Kent Regina. Because now their negate is not live anymore. Well, I mean, it's the same way as when Malice came out, Heaven. Malice came out, everybody hyped for Malice, and then they see that, you know, stuff and things, and then they're hyped for Raisiel, and then stuff and things, and the next thing that you know, they're gonna be hyped for Mitsurugi. I mean, it's not all that difficult to get to gouge at, I guess. Although my opponent doesn't know how Dynamorphia works. If they would have done this and this in the battle phase, then they could have outed my life points. Because if they attack with this, I go and have a Rexstorm, maybe a Kent Regina, and if they then go attack into the Theresia, Rexstorm in damage step, Rexstorm effect, yada yada yada. That basically makes it so that nothing is happening anymore. You can target one card of your opponent's graveyard and detach 1 or 2 materials from this card and then activate the appropriate effect. Return it to the deck. Special summon it face to your field. If it's not, set it to your field. Okay, well that doesn't really do much. Not sure why they made a rank 6. Why not make a link 2 so that Druid's Worm is doing the thing? I mean, Mitsurugi, yeah, no, exactly. Like, Mitsurugi does support a fuck ton of archetypes. It does support Primite, it does support Alien, it does support Ogdoadic. Plants, I'm not entirely certain about, if I'm honest, but sure. I suppose that too. I get the feeling I see what they're trying to do, but it's not gonna work, I think. Battle step, damage step, activate. Okay, crash the Desiree. Well, that clears that up, I guess. Shuffle something back. But is this the damage step? Tiny problem. Intact negates the activation, so we do get to activate this. It supports this pile, yeah. No, this is fine actually. We'll take 500. That's okay. Yeah, Frenzy is going to be banished. We will summon the Diplos. Diplos effect. We will dump... Let's dump Sonic. Just so that we have the protection for next turn. This turn we're not really in trouble. Next turn is going to be a problem. Oh wait, actually I don't have burn protection now. That could have ended very, very badly. Yeah. I don't really like where that would have ended, but okay. Sure, debunk is kind of whatever. Okay, main phase. Let's normal summon Diplos. Effect Diplos. They do get to chain the Druids to it. To banish that. Is that like really bad? Kinda. It's not great. But we can't dump a second one, so... Burn another. Do we go into the Fiendsmith engine here? That's kind of where we are ending up now. Because we do need to negate that Druid's Worm. Which we can do with Debunk, honestly. But I think it's better to do it with Dolka, right? Because it negates activation, so you can do this in the damage tab. I think that Dolka is a better way of protecting us. We have to try to beat for game eventually as well, so... Let's make Dolka. And then... We go... Battle. Dolka into the Reaper. Boom. Okay. Reaper dies. And then Rexstorm into the Druis. They trigger the Druis. Wanna send the Rexstorm. We say no potato. That gets negated. Okay. How are the chances you will play Ark Rebellion engine? Ark Rebellion is the rank 5 or 4? It's the rank 4 that goes into the rank 5, right? Wasn't that the thing? I think we're gonna dolk out this one. I think it is better to use the debunk there actually, but Dolka can negate this, and one of the only ways that they could have outed the board is by using a like engraver or something. Oh, that is a really funny top deck actually. Let me flip the bird over. Normal summon using bird. We're just gonna go to battle. Kick for 3. Kick for 2. Ding dong. Ark Rebellion engine. You know what the thing is? I don't think that the Ark Rebellion engine is bad. Oh, hey Chris. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no, the Ark Rebellion engine is pretty good. Let me see. Rebel. Was it this guy? No, that's Dark Rebellion. This is the one that I'm looking. Yeah. Because it is basically negating everything and then you just punch somebody for a fuck ton of damage. So I can see why you would say that, hey, this could be a thing, right? Tiny problem. This does take an extra deck slot. And to get into it, you do need the rank 4. And I am not sure if that would be worth it. Because as you can see, my extra deck is already like pretty tight. Because the Fiendsmith engine is like a pretty tight engine as well. Because of the Necro Princess with Moon of Close Heavens. You do need the option of Lacrima, otherwise you don't really get to do all of the things. Like you do need to have lines that can extend past a certain point. I mean, there is a way that you could theoretically go, hey, they stopped me on my Requiem. I am just giving up on the Fiendsmith line now and I go into, I don't know, God knows what. But I mean, in that case, you don't necessarily need the Necro Quip or the Lacrima, I guess. But seeing how we are planning on putting the Bao in the deck, I would say that Lacrima becomes like a quadrillion times more important. Because you basically are trying to end on Desiree Engrave with... Basically what your end board is supposed to be is Desiree equipped with Sequence. We are gonna cut Eknum Day most likely. So you have Desiree equipped with Sequence, Bao in the top spot. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to think this out properly. Middle spot, Bao. All the way in the corner, Desiree equipped with Sequence. And then you have the 3 back row slots, or 4 back row slots actually, for all of the Dynamorphia shit. With a small percentage chance that there's a bird in there for Kastira stuff, but you know. That's kind of what we want to go for at the end of the day. Especially because if Bao is on your board at the beginning of your turn, she actually has a really good effect. It's an effect that almost every single person that I have played the card against, almost all of the people are forgetting about the card effect that she has. Boa. Okay, yeah, sure. Hey boss, how about you type the thing correctly? It's the standby effect. I don't know if you guys noticed that she has that, but that effect is bonkers. Maybe not necessarily in a deck that I have been playing this entire time, because this deck doesn't have that many different typings. But in your standby, you get to draw cards equal to the number of different monster types in your grave. And then you can place cards from your hand on the bottom equal to the number that you drew. In other words, all of your dead cards, you can just yeet back into the deck, and you have almost always the best card from among like the top 4 or 5 cards of your deck, which is nuts. Because just look at the list that we have right now. We have dinos. We have zombies. We have psychics. We have fiends. More fiends, more dinos, but these are dragons. So we basically have fiends, dinos, dragons, and psychics. With an occasional zombie. But that's because our list is not like made to work with Bao and the entire Fiendsmith engine necessarily. We use those engines next to our dino engine. If we would switch this deck list up a little bit, we can get way more typings in there. Like Spellcaster, for example, Unveiler, etc. Oh, not to forget, SP is a warrior. If we would have ran IP in here as well, that's a Cybers. Like, I was playing Bao in White Forest. And you would think like, but that White Forest only has like illusions, fiends, and I don't know, maybe your occasional spellcaster, right? Yeah, here's the thing. They also have a Cybers because IP. They also have a warrior because SP. They also have a dragon. They also get a fiend. At some point, I got to my standby. I had the Bao on my field. I have this trigger that goes, and I had like 8 different monster types in my grave. I drew 8 cards and then put 8 cards back, and I had the best card that would be the entire chain into the next turn. It's absolutely ridiculous. Especially because I don't think that you get to use draw on it either. Not that draw is seeing a whole lot of play, but I would say that draw is definitely a good card inside of the format that we are going to. Maybe not in plat. Maybe in diamond and higher. Maybe just master. I don't know. But draw versus Mitsurugi is not bad. Draw versus Raizio is pretty good. Draw versus Malice is kind of whatever, but it can hit them pretty harshly. What else do we have? What else is there that is coming out in a bit? I don't know. I mean, I guess that versus Vendred, which we have been seeing a lot of lately, by the way. Like, for one and the same not meta list, we have seen the deck way too many times. This hand is actually not bad. I kind of like this hand. If the Fossil Dig comes through. Nice. Okay, here we go. You know what? You know what? I say, you know what? Troll is not something that you see on the ladder all that much. Very fucking next game. So anyway, let me have a draw. You know what? You know what, opponent? Let me see the hand of yours. I'm not gonna give you any information besides that you play versus Dynamorphia. Show me that hand. Oh my fucking god. So, anyway, I think it's the puppet, right? Right? I think it's this. The rest doesn't matter to me. They're gonna imperm the Theresia. Yeah. They're going to imperm the Theresia, but I have to play through this. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna set intact and debunk, and every single thing they try to do is gonna end in fucking misery. And then they pass to us, and we normal summon Lacrima, which is gonna get negated by the imperm, and then we're gonna cry ourselves to sleep, kick them for, what, 27? And then we're gonna call it a day. I guess. And Eduardo, I agree. Psychic and Punisher is most likely better than Arc Rebellion in this deck specifically. In most cases. That's a good card. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Time to eat another imperm. Ah, Maxi, huh? Interesting. You know what? I think I'm gonna let that Maxi go through. I think that Maxi is fine. Because what we're gonna do here is we're gonna send the Paradise. And we're just gonna go battle. Like, we know one card in hand. That's Imperm. The other card is unknown. But that does mean that we have, like, priority in doing things here. Especially because we have Ferret Flames with the intact. So we get to negate the monster effect, go to 4000. And then, you know, kind of who gives a shit. I could give them one card by making Requiem and then passing. So that in their turn we get to do the Requiem BS. Is having a Requiem in rotation what we want to do here? I mean, I guess. One card is not ideal, but... No, we're good. I mean, I guess that they could go for Imperm in, like, standby or something. That could definitely fuck the Requiem over, but... I mean... They basically recycled their one card. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we're revealing. We are banishing the fuck out of that card. That's not gonna go to the grave. I don't think so. That card can just go to banish. Bye. Yep. Glad we got rid of that piece of shit. Very glad. Called by... I have a very, very sad message for you, opponent. Did you know that Lacrima has a grave effect? Let me summon my Requiem back. There's nothing to banish or negate, so... Oh, actually, wait. We can't summon the Lacrima back now. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I was about to say, I think I'm gonna do that. Because then we have the Lacrima back on field. We get to send Engraver to the grave. Then if they special summon, we get to do the Desiree thing by sending the Requiem back to the extra deck. Yeah, that was kind of cute. Not gonna lie. It basically is only one interruption, but because it's in like multiple layers, you get to stack the odds in your favor, I suppose. That's kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Yeah, no, the Lacrima Grave effect is the reason why you keep Lacrima in Grave most of the times. It's really good with Requiem and with Agnum Day. Because Agnum Day has a quick effect to summon from your grave. So if you have Desiree in your grave properly summoned and everything, then you basically are just set. Especially if Lacrima is still there. It's kind of nutty, not gonna lie. Yeah, let's get Bird. Am I gonna go into the Fiendsmith Engineer? I'm kind of tempted to do so, if I'm honest. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go dump. Burn protection is not necessarily needed. I think I'm gonna go for this. That seems better in this scenario. Any two effect monsters becomes the Fiendsmith engine. That's a nice maxi you got there, but I don't think so. Get dashed. Isn't it lovely how every two effect monsters becomes the fucking Fiendsmith engine? It's so balanced and healthy and I would never want anything else in my life. Except for a ban on the fucking card that makes it so that everything links into Fiendsmith. But besides that, we're fine. Yeah, super fair. Super fair. Yep. Yep. Totally. No! We got stones! Oh no! Not the stone! Chat, I have a very sad message for you today. Bloom and Fate made us into stoners. It's, you know, it's a travesty, but it is what it is. Apparently, we are stoners now. What can one do about it, right? It's very sad, but it is what it is. I did play into that Nibiru, like, incredibly hard, by the way. Not gonna lie. Wait, what can we summon back? Ooh, the Requiem. I don't think we're gonna summon the Requiem back right now, though. Yeah, fine. No, we took damage. Whatever will we do? Oh, hey, look at that. We know that card. Oh, hey, Ashen. Welcome, welcome. Fiends Mitract. Yep. Well. Let's go summon Lacrima. Effect Lacrima. We don't get impermed here because, you know, they have a stone. Let's send a trap. And pray to God that this is gonna do what we wanted to do. I don't know. Lurry is completely fine. I mean, I guess that it's kind of sad that they didn't... Like, they didn't normal summon yet. So if they do special summon here... We now get to trigger the Paradise and send Lurry back to where it belongs, into the fucking graveyard. But if they then have follow-up in the form of Lacrima, we have a very big problem. Also, wait, no, they can engraver and everything. If we send the Lurry, they just engraver it back to the deck to make Requiem anyway. This is not the correct moment either. This is fine. What are we gonna summon? I think it's Lacrima, right? Engraver. A second engraver. Rico, stop it. No. Okay. Okay, here is a really crazy thing to say, but would it be correct to send the engraver now? Part of me feels like that is correct, but they still have the Nibiru, so they can still make sequence. Nope, it's not correct yet. It's not the right time. Oh my god. Wait, fusing. Wait, this is from field, right? Extra deck using monsters in hand and field. Okay. I was testing you. Sure you were. Okay, Lacrima. Lacrima is actually kind of funky. Yeah, sure. You can try. We're not gonna activate Paradise here. What we are going to do though is improve the shit out of this Lacrima. Because if we stop the summon now, that is definitely worth it, right? Because now if they want to go into the sequence to make Desiree, they do have to use the Nibiru in order to get that, like, to work. And then if they summon the sequence, we get to do the Paradise into sending it to grave, and then they basically have nothing. Or SP. Well, I guess that's a card. Okay, they want to banish this. Shuffle this back. No, I know what he's doing. SP, and then if I go Desiree, if I dump Desiree here, what they will do is they will chain the SP again. Bouncing, like banishing itself and the token, which removes the token and does get me in a bind. So I have to just let them banish the card. Like, it's not ideal, but you know, I can't play into it. What are we dumping? Engraver, okay. And here, they can use SP and Lacrima to make sequence, and now we have them. Now they are fucked. We sent back the Requiem. There you go. Whew. Oh, man. Oh, that had me sweating, not gonna lie. Yeah. He did not like that. He did not like that one bit. The thing is, and I can show you right now. I figured that we were fighting versus Ubel, by the way. What they should have done is SP, and then SP the trap out of my grave. That would have been the one line where they basically wouldn't have been able to like, I wouldn't basically have been able to stop them in any way, shape, or form. Oh, yeah, if you wanna show me deck lists and whatnot, then do join the Discord. On the Discord, there is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat section, thingamabobber. Feel free to drop deck lists in there and to, like, talk with each other about deck lists and whatnot. As long as you guys are keeping it nice and like social, I am all in for that. But Rico, no, it wasn't because he was greedy. He already did attack. He already did attack that turn. That's the very first thing that he did, because what he did was he used the Nibiru to kick over the Unicorn so that I couldn't banish cards from his extra deck, because he knew that the very first second he would activate anything, I would go after the Fiendsmith engine. Or go for, like, his Ubel stuff. So, you know. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I still need to make it so that people are getting the rolls, because now I have to give it by hand, which is not ideal. I need to work on that. I might do that after the stream, actually. I need to invite Tatsu to the Discord, so that you guys can actually get your basic rolls. Me doing it by hand is yeah, not it. Somebody halfway through the week joins and I am not checking, then they're just not gonna have anything that they are able to do, basically. But yeah, no, they did attack already. That's why they could have easily have gone summon SP, banish Paradise from my grave. That way I don't get to send Desiree and basically fuck them over. Because that's what happened here. They didn't have any other out. I do like that they are playing Bao, though, because it's a really cool card inside of Ubel. Also, can I just point out real quick that people are so fucking terrified of Ubel that, not Ubel, of Malice, that they are playing triple Lancia inside of their main deck? Like, hello? What? Farudras, well, it's not my list, so... This list is somebody else's, but they don't play Farudras, apparently. Personally, I would say that Farudras is like a very key card inside of Ubel, but, you know. Who is rolling to who? Who knows? Who knows who's rolling? Rolling. Oh. give me bookmark slots. I don't want them. I'm not even bookmarking anything. Ugh. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, Lancia counters Kalpe and Crossout. I mean, Turtle, yes. But do you know when Crossout and Kalpe are used the most? That's right. In your opponent's turn and in your turn. And that means that only half of them is going to be affected by the Lancia. So, you know. It's not going to do all that much, actually. Weirdly enough. He was playing Yubel, so... That's kind of why I was sitting here like, triple Lancia is insane, because you have to remember that Lancia is not doing anything for the thing in general. Oh, Ashen. If you would be so kind to post the the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff inside of the Yu-Gi-Oh chat instead of in general, that would be great. Then we kind of managed to keep everything ordered in a proper fashion so that we don't randomly have like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Slay the Spire and everything in one chat in between every single other thing that is being talked about. But I will go and have a look at it right now. Let's see. Can I make this bigger? I can make it bigger, but I need to open both of them separately. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I do think I can put this on stream, right? Image? There you go. It's okay, Ashen. In the future, you now know that everything has its own little chat to stop cluttering from happening. If you want to resend it, that's completely fine by me. Yeah, sure. If that makes you feel better, then go for it. It's the first time that you were on the server. It's not that big of a deal, but... Okay, let's see. Of course, we have the big boy himself. Then we have all of the Numeron stuff. What is this? It's a bit small, so I can't properly see what cards it is, but... The number decks used to bully me when starting Master Duel, we got beef. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have Mirror Force Central as well. Sure. And then we have basically normal Numeron. I mean, I do have to ask, but why the random Exodia head? Thanks for the sub, Matthew. Yeah, I do have to ask, why the random Exodia head and the random Marshmallow? The rest I kinda can understand, because it's all for, like, comboing off with the Numeron gates. It's such a silly deck, by the way. The entire Numeron engine is, you know... Thank you, Ashen. That is exactly the spot where I wanted to see them. But yeah. The only weird thing I see is the Exodia head and Marshmallow. I mean, Karibo kind of makes sense, I guess. United We Stand is also a thing, I suppose. How can we make them hit harder? How about we give them a power boost? Tom tom tom. Oops, I forgot to take out Exodia is exactly what I wanted to hear. That is perfect. Oh, I love that. Okay, we have 1,000 gems. And a dream. We want Bao, okay? Do you hear me correctly, chat? Chant it with me. We want Bao. Bao. Bao is what we want. Okay, now let's test our luck. Well, holy mother of Azars. There's always a chance. I guess. You never know. Okay, I know that I'm the dino guy, but yeah. I don't know. Okay. Is it? Nope. It's Terrortop. I mean, Terrortop is not bad. I didn't have Terrortop. Wait, what? Okay. Okay. A Diddy party? Okay, okay. Do I wanna ask what that's all about? Or am I better off just acting like I know and just shutting up? Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of dinos in this set. I mean, the entire Urek archetype is basically in here, so, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Jurek Impact is a really funny card. Here, do you look at this art and tell me that this art is not like gold? I love this art. This art is so fucking cool. Like, you have the Jurek monsters over here that are like, oh my god! Toon style. Then you have all the monsters and like these are fabled monsters, by the way. Jurek and fabled are not friends. Then you have the entire city covered in white goo. I am not gonna ask you guys what this is because I do think that the answers are gonna be like around the same type of words as gross, disgusting, and everything else. But, you know, it's there. And then you have this big-ass spike ball that is like... Kamikaze! I don't know. I love it. I mean, yeah, maybe. Who knows? But Jurek Impact is a cool card though, because if you control a dino monster with 2,500 attack, 2,500 or more attack, destroy all cards on the field. Can you imagine adding one of Jurek Impact inside of our Dynamorphia deck actually? I only just realized, but imagine this. You go Trust for Jurek Impact, set for pass. Fusion summon Kent-Regina. Fusion summon Rexterm. Your opponent plays a whole bunch of shit. And then you go Jurek Impact, blow everything up, including your own monsters. But your own monsters have floating effects. So you go chain 1, Kent-Regina. Chain 2, Rexterm. Chain 3, Theresia, blah, 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 blah. Float everything back onto the board, build your entire board again, and go, so, anyway, now what? It sounds like a pretty like decent thing to do inside of a Dynamorphia deck. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds surprisingly strong. The only problem is destroy all cards on the field means that you do have to blow your own traps up as well. That is a little bit annoying. But I can see that being a possible play to make in Dynamorphia. Not saying that I'm a big fan. Like, there's definitely, you know, some issues with it. Unless you have Lost World on the field. Because you could protect your entire board, basically. Oh, wait, no, it's normal monster. Never mind. I didn't say a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But we are getting glossy N's and R's. So I guess there's that. Whee! More dinos! Yeah, boy! Oh. A tiny upgrade. Look at that. Oh. That's not a tiny upgrade. Pot of Desire, wait. Is that Pot of Desire? I think that's Pot of Desire that you had in your deck. Yeah, that seems to be Desire. But, oh, for fuck's sake! I don't wanna... I didn't say glass, I said glossy. That's literally what it's called when they have the glossy finish over. Well, yes, they are a rarity. That is literally that letter. I mean, I don't know what you're on about, but hey Rico, I think that you need to go and touch grass, buddy. I don't know, but oh boy, good God. Yeah, rise your card. Rise your card. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well. Oh. Old Eye Soul Blaze Dragon, huh? Okay. I mean, I did say it. Yes, I did. Another upgrade. Yes. More SRs that we do not need. I just need Bao. People, please. Give me Bao. You're not Bao. Give me Bao. You're not Bao either. Why do I get Soul Blaze Dragons? What is this? And I did get one UR, which means that the game is now going to be like, hey, you know what? You didn't get any URs, but now the game is going to be like, no, you got a UR. Stop crying. I just want my girl, okay? Damn it. And now I'm poor because I literally have one gem. Wait, what the hell did I pull that opened this pack? Or is this is a feature pack, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is a feature pack. So this was open to begin with. Yeah, it's timed. Okay, sure. I was about to say, what opened the Radiant Inferno pack? Huh? I mean, I just spent 1,000 gems on opening 10 packs and not getting a single fucking card I was able to use properly, so, you know. Hey, that's not true. That's not true. Rico, I did get a Raizo card. Don't you fucking dare to be so discriminative about Palm Raizo. What are you on about? I got a Raizo card. I got Palm. I definitely did get Palm. I mean, that doesn't matter. I did get one. I also got what's it called? I also got the Mass Driver, and I'm pretty sure that I did see Plasma Hole as well. Well, no, I know that nobody plays it, but doesn't mean that it's not a Riser card. I mean, come on. Give my buddy Palm a little bit of respect. Like, jeez. Root March. I'm not gonna make the Numeron deck anyway, because there is so much UR dust that I'm not gonna spend that. I do like looking at their lists, because people do come up with some really interesting and funky shit, but the chances of me building the deck is very small. This hand is suddenly very good. The fact that they shotgunned Fuvalos is amazing. That makes this hand so much better. I am gonna set the Paradise because, you know, what are the chances that we don't get to, like, send it to the grave if they blow up the back row? It's kind of sad that they waited for the... that I didn't wait for the main phase. Ice. Okay, well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Could I please get your attention? It's time to party! Oh, man. Okay, so we make a Rexterm. And we make a Cantragina. They will draw a card from Cantragina, but I don't think that's a problem. Because if we do this correctly, there's very little chances that they are able to out our board. Oh no, not X'd. Negate X'd. What's that? We need to get to 500 life points? Okay. Can do. Say less. This and this. In the other corner. And now we wait. Sure. I don't think that they get to out this board. I legitimately think that if we start versus Ryziel and they don't have like the Fiendsmith engine or anything like that, that this is a almost impossible board that they are just gonna run their head into and die. Although it kind of depends on what non-engine they run. There is a world in which they do run things like what's it called? Droplet. There is a chance they run Droplet, and Droplet could technically fuck us over. But I haven't seen Droplet in a pretty long time, so you know. That is a little bit hit or miss. But I think that we're good. Well, no, they do know what they're doing. The only problem is I had a Rex term. Good luck outing Rex term if you are, like, going in blind. That's the entire thing where Dynamorphia kind of shines. If you do not know what Dynamorphia does and you don't know what order you have to do things in, it's a very, very big problem. Especially because now they're just gonna die. They are not aware of it, but I am. Maybe if they run Bestials that we have a tiny problem, but besides that... Well, okay, wait, no, they're not that. They are going to survive this with like 15. Yeah. Okay, well, 15, sure. Can we kill them? I mean, I could go into the Fiendsmith engine, make a Lacrima... But I need to have a way to getting a summon of Diplos. If I summon Diplos and Lacrima goes from grave, field to grave, I get the burn for like 17. But how do I do it? Do I have anything that pops? No, I don't. Eh. Okay, well, fine. In that case, we just go to their turn and we will finish it next turn. That's no biggie. That's actually kind of fine. Wait, where the hand trap what deck? My deck? Dynamorphia specifically? Dynamorphia is not difficult to hand trap. There's a couple of spots where you get the hand trap effectively, but usually Dynamorphia players do have the tools to stop that. So it's not that difficult if they don't have the answer to the problem. But if you do play Raziel in real, yeah, this is why I made a second one, by the way. Yeah, no, that's fine. You definitely can negate that Rex term, sure. This one is still live, so that's fine. What? Huh? What? Huh? Wait. What? Okay. Nabla. Nabla blah 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 blah. Sure. Excaton. Well, that's a nice try. You don't get to activate the fucking thing, so, you know. Go for it, I suppose. We downgraded our power into... Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Get your butt out of here. Okay. Okay, Rico, I'm gonna try to tell you real quick where hand trapping Dynamorphia would be a thing. Most Dynamorphia decks, by the way, you do need to keep in mind, most Dynamorphia decks do not run the Kastira cards or the Engraver, like the Fiendsmith package. These two engines are in my deck because I really love using these. This because it does break boards quite well and it eats things like Ash Blossom as if it's fucking dinner, lunch or breakfast all at once. Engraver, kind of the same thing, but it plays through so many hand traps that you still get to have bodies on the field, etc. The thing is that most Dynamorphia decks will run things like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, Debunk, Intact, Sonic, etc. just so that you don't get to interrupt what they're doing. The one thing that is like the most terrifying thing to a Dynamorphia player in general is if you stop their fusion traps. Which can be done with Ash Blossom or Impact. Impulse. Yeah. Impulse or Ash Blossom are like a death sentence to our traps. Because these both send from deck to grave for effect. Which means that you can Ash them. They special summon, which means that you get to Impulse. So, yeah, that is really fucking scary. Most people do have things like Intact because you can search it with the Theresia. So, it's almost always going to be protected by Intact. If they don't go for Intact, there is a really good chance that they will have Solemn Strike. Or that their hand just absolutely sucks. And then they just have a single Theresia and they have to go search for Frenzy or Domain. That is also a chance that you run into. You can have seen it plenty of times in the games that I've been playing. The other thing that the deck is a little bit scared of is if you do resolve something like a Fuwalos. Because most Dynamorphia decks do run most of the decks do run Soul of the Supreme King. So if you do resolve Fuwalos, then Soul of the Supreme King already makes it so you are drawing one card from the Summer of Zark. On top of that, if you activate a spell card and they do summon all of the dragons from the extra deck, you can draw up to 3 more cards. Because most Dynamorphia decks only run up to 3 different summonable dragons. The 4th one usually is left out because it just doesn't do anything. So, Fuwalos is really good, but you have to slam it down in your own turn. Like, Rico needs to slam it down in your own turn, not in their turn, because they will use almost all of their shit in your turn, not in their own. So, that's a thing you need to keep in mind. The same thing for Maxi, by the way. Maxi is incredibly stupid for Dynamorphia players to play into if you use it in your own turn. Because they need to choose whether they want to negate that with an Ash or something, or with an Intact or Debunk or Solemn Strike, or if they want to protect their fusions. So if you do it in your own turn, in like your draw or standby, they don't get to flip the fusion things in return in response, because they are locked in main phase only. So they have to then and there decide: do we go and counter trap it, or are we saying no, fuck that, you can have the draws? That's why I don't like things like Soul of the Supreme King. Because yes, it is incredibly strong. But nowadays, there are so many cards that just instantly make it totally obsolete. Absolutely not worth it. Because you have to rely on your opponent doing something, on top of the fact that even if they do trigger the effect of Soul of the Supreme King's effect in Grave, where you get to summon the dragons, yes, you get like a negate and a pop or something along those lines, if I remember correctly. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Heaven would be able to tell you guys more about it. Eduardo as well, I believe. And there are like 1 or 2 other people in chat sometimes that do play it with the engine, but that's why I don't like it. Because it plays into things like Fuvolos and everything, and it just is not it. You can do some cute shit with it, because if you do have Zark out on the field, and you have the Pendulum Zark, like the second Pendulum Zark, Old Ice Arc Ray Dragon. If you have this thing in your extra deck, you can use the Zark on your field as the whole tribute cost to summon Arc Ray. That's kind of funky, right? That's kind of cool. Because that means that the effects are not negated, so now you have now suddenly you have an active 4K beat stick that does have effects, etc. But yeah, it takes about the same slots as the Fiendsmith engine. It takes about the same amount of main deck slots as the Fiendsmith engine. So it's like, you know. Yeah, no, exactly. In Dynamorphia Pure, you could run it. I personally just am advertising against it. Because although it does give you the extra oomph, it can be awkward if your opponent has everything that they need. Like, Max C is now in Master Duel is a big thing. The Fuvolos, like I said, Impulse just single-handedly shits on Soul of the Supreme King. Because if this thing triggers in Grave, the cost is banish this card from your grave and 1 Supreme King Zark from your face-up monster zone. And then you get a special summon. If your opponent sees this coming and they go spell card, trigger the effect of Soul of the Supreme King, pay cost, this becomes Chain Link 2, Chain Link 3 Impulse. Then the card basically got outed by 1 card. Impulse just single-handedly shuts that entire thing down. So, you know. And Impulse already is a very difficult card for this deck to deal with in a proper way. Because as Heaven would be able to tell you, Heaven plays the counter trap version of this deck. And even Heaven was struggling with Impulse. And the counter trap version of this deck is actually like decent against Impulse. Because the counter trap version runs things like triple Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, the Spell Trap Negate version of the card. Like, it actually is like trying to actively prevent your opponent from getting anything through. And Impulse still rinsed his clock. It was, yeah. Personally, I was thinking about running multiple copies of Sonic. Just so that you have a chance of opening it in your opening's hand. The only problem is if you run multiple copies of Sonic, then you have to have a Theresia or a Diplos, otherwise Sonic doesn't do anything. So it's like, yeah. Otherwise you get those awkward hands where you have like double alert. Of Alert, Brute, and Sonic. With a Trust and a Kashtira Bird. Because those 5 cards together literally do nothing unless your opponent activates a hand trap. Because the second they activate a hand trap, Trust is live. So you get to go Trust into one of the fusion cards and then you're fine. Or Trust into Fossil Dick. I wouldn't advise it because if there's no monster, then, you know, big problems. You don't get activated right away and all that, so. But yeah. Now you have had a tiny little masterclass of where to hand trap Dynamorphia. Not that you ever will run into Dynamorphia, but, you know. In the case that you do. You know what the best part is? The TCG had a small, tiny leak of extra rules that they wanted to switch up in the rules for like big tournaments and all that. And the rule that they fucked up on is the time rule. I thought it was really fucking funny. Wait, do we ash this? I feel like this is an actual proper ash target. If they start with normal Valor into the Spirit, I feel like this is a good ash. Oh, okay, they had crossed out. Never mind. Exactly, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Otherwise, you would have gone for, I don't know, anything with a normal summon effect, I guess. Oh well. Now we have a problem, but we will see once we actually get to the problem if it's a problem or not. But yeah, so the time rule is something that they wanted to adjust. It's actually kind of funky what they had in mind for it as well. So their plan was to say, hey, yo, listen up. If you are going into time, like if you are hitting that 50-minute timer and then and there, the second that the time hits 50, game is over. Oh my fucking god. Okay, wait. I will finish this story once I'm in a more comfortable spot. This is going to be a fucking pain in the ass. Okay, we're gonna get Buster locked. Yeah. I know where this is going. I've been in this position before. It's not it. Kinda happy that I started with Unicorn, actually. Okay. Let me read, because this is going to be a fucking pain in the ass. Change all dragon monsters your opponent control to defense position. Also, dragon monsters in your opponent's possession cannot attack, activate that effect. Right. So we have a unicorn that can't activate shit. That's fun. Everything is a dragon because of the Buster Dragon. How are we going to out this? I know, but by then we already died, so... You know... That's a problem. You know what would be really fucking cool if we did have a intact? Because if we had intact here, then we could have made it so we survived the next turn guaranteed. What do we have in the extra that we could use? I guess that SP is a thing. But SP can't activate. Moon is a thing, but Requiem can't activate. I can't activate the effect of Diplos anyway, so let's just put it in defense. Face down. Sure. I guess. Might as well, right? Here's a funky thing though. I could make Steltburgia. Nah. We're just gonna let this happen, I think. We're just gonna take the damage. That's not gonna do piercing, so that's cool. And then we take 12 from Buster Dragon. Okay, exactly 2k. Wow. One face down, and we then go... Ah, wait, shit, that's still gonna put her in defense. Yeah. That's fine though, because now we do get to do the alerting. Which means we're not locked inside of Dynamorphias. So we get to summon them, they don't get to activate their effects, but we do get to use them for like, I don't know, XE summons. Because Buster goes bye-bye. Frenzy is not bad, but if they have a second copy of the trap, then we're fucked. Yeah, we have to make Lagia here. Before we do anything, we make Lagia so that if they have another trap, we can negate it. Oh my fucking god, it's a dragon! Oh, I hate my life. That is so fucking annoying. But we do get to make an extra here. Oh, that is so annoying. It's a dragon. I forgot it in the moment itself. Like, when we were talking about Bao, I legitimately told you guys that we run 2 dragons. And now I just make it without thinking. I'm glad that I didn't have follow-up, because if they had the trap there, we would have been fucked. There's no way I'm able to out anything on their board in that case. Oh, that would have been such a fucking disaster. Okay, well, I guess this hand is able to break boards in a very weird way, and not even on our own turn, but you know, who needs to break boards on their own turn? So overrated. Oh yes, please do hurt yourself more. I love it when my opponent hurts themselves. Especially if I have access to the Fiendsmith engine and access to, I don't know, Diplos. I mean, Diplos with Lacrima is like what I said earlier, 1700. That's a pretty significant burn. Anyway, since we don't have any form of interruptions anyway, I'm gonna go and finish the story I was telling. So, in the TCG, they wanted to go and see what happens if you are changing the time rule. If you are in overtime, the game instantly ends. No player gets to make any more actions. Time is called. That's the end of the duel. Then, if you are not ahead, like if you didn't win or successfully ended the duel by that point, and a successful end of duel is either player has 2 wins or the other player has 2 losses, then you would instantly get both players losing, which means that the entire match round would end in both players having lost. And this was going to be implemented because they wanted to prevent long amounts of overtime. Is what people have told me, at least. So I was thinking, like, wait, but if that's the case, that means that decks that are like killing themselves, going low on life points, that kind of deck suddenly would become playable. Because I can legitimately sit game 1, I can sit that game out until the end of fucking time. Because Rexxam is protecting me anyway, so who fucking cares that game is lasting like 40 minutes? I don't care. But now here's the problem. A game is seen as finished if you are winning 2-0 or 2-1. So Dynamorphia would have this weird problem where if they can't finish 2 games in time, they automatically would force both players to lose. Because they're locking down the game state in such a way where if their opponent is not like immediately scooping and trying to like win 2 times in a row afterwards, they will have this weird spot where it's like, oh, we didn't finish any game, so nobody has won 2 or lost 2, so now we both just lose the match. I legitimately don't know how to feel. Part of me is like, oh yes, I want to go and build Dynamorphia again and just absolutely screw people over. But I also would go like 0-3 or 0-4 myself. So, you know, that's a thing. Also, I don't know what my opponent is doing, but they're cooking, huh? They're pressing buttons, man. They're pressing all of them buttons. Another dog charger. Okay. Okay, Rico. Thanks for watching. And thank you, come again. Okay, okay. We're linking away again. Into sequence this time, sure. I'm really not sure what my opponent has been doing this entire time, but they kind of outed their own board in a way. And now they're gonna end on what? Like Big Kabonga and Desiree with equips. Not sure how to feel about this, honestly. I mean, I guess that the Desiree is a slight problem. Oh, wait, we're linking off again. IP? Okay. Oh, and those are gonna go into Bao, I guess. Yeah, sure. Okay. And then we can equip. Yeah. Okay, so now what did we do? We ended on a board with Bao, Desiree with sequence, Crazy Beast. Crazy Beast had a protection effect, right? This was a Dingirsu style card. Yeah. Yeah, it's a Dingirsu effect. Okay. Once per turn. Oh, Kabonga. Okay. Once per turn, you target 1 spell trap on the field. Detach 2 materials from this card. Oh, from a monster on the field. Ah, wait. So they can use Crazy Beast by going detach. Okay. Sure. Well, that's a top deck. Damn. Wait. Tract is already in the grave. What the fuck is my engraver supposed to do? I guess we still get to search paradise. It does dump it into the grave, so I guess there's that. We do have the Diplos and Intact already in the grave, so we start with this, I think. We still have a target, so at least it's in the grave now. There's that. Normal summon Lurry. I think we kind of have to bait interaction here. Because if we can get that Trust life, that would be kind of nice. Well, there you go. That's going to activate Trust. Which means they're going to... wait, no. That's going to be negated by the... by the Desiree. And this Lurry is going to get sucked up by the Bikabonga. Yup. Well, let's see. Ah, wait. We're letting this go through. Okay, sure. I mean, I could go for Fossil Dick. If they negate the Fossil Dick, that's a problem. If they pop the Theresia, it's fine. I could also go for Imperm, actually. Yeah, I think that I like Imperm better here. Oh, wait, no, I can target the Desiree. Huh. Well, that's weird. Fatted Flames is not bad either. I don't have any plays that I can make when I get this, but I think that I'm gonna grab it anyway. And then we're immediately activating it for the take. Yeah. Here's the thing. The fact that they are taking it right now, like that they are negating this, does mean that they are like having more interactions than just this. So we're just gonna go set 4. And we're gonna pass. Yeah, they're gonna discard to pop a card on field. I think. No. Banish the summon. Oh. Wait. Okay, what are we making here? Ah, SP. Okay. I guess we get the Banish Brute. Sure. We're not continuing the main phase immediately to the end. They detach 2 from their Xyz monsters. Yeah. I mean, I have a second Frenzy, but that's gonna get negated by the Desiree. So I think this is just GG. That's why I said Bao is such a good card. The fact that Bao gives you that, like, layered interaction where you get to choose which one you're doing, it's really good. Because in this case, they went for Reborn IP into SP, banish a back row, but they also could have gone discard the Imperm and then pop a card on field. And then go for the Crazy Beast in end and pop another card. So I don't really think if the SP was necessarily the call. But because we did set 4 and then passed it them, I feel like that would have you know, it most likely was the better play for them. Okay, one last game, and then I'm gonna call it a day for today. Uh-oh. We don't get the start. Oh no. Now I have to go and yap for like another 30 hours until we finally get to go and play. Oh no. Wait, what do we do? Oh. Oh, that's what we're doing. Ah. Yeah, no, thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I fucking hate it. Okay, guys, this is most likely going to be a very quick game. Not gonna lie, this is not gonna last long, I think. It all depends on what they're searching here, but, you know. Oh, that's not the worst. That's not the worst case scenario. That could have been so much worse. Because this summit is fine. Do we know what that back row is? I don't think we know what the back row is, do we? Oh, no, we do know. It's big welcome. It's a second big welcome. Okay. Do we go for Tract right away? Trap decks are so stupid, Turtle. I am 100% agreeing with you. So anyway, let me activate my magenta cards. You know, just because I can. Do we go and fire on it right away? I guess that does work. Yeah. Sure. I'll take it. You can go and draw a card, friend. That's completely fine by me. Okay, let's go and do something funky here. We're gonna go make the Requiem. I figured they were not gonna do anything in response to that. We're gonna go for take. They are gonna go and flip their back row. And we are going to chain the Requiem in response so that they don't get to activate Silver Lady. Because Silver Lady is going to be a problem if they get to summon or like set any trap. So we're gonna go and take. I still have a normal summon and a Lacrima in hand. So we can go normal summon Lacrima. And then link the lady with Lacrima for, I don't know, anything really. That was to be expected. We can intervene with Requiem so they don't get to set anything. Right, they can go Butler and set that thing. Does that mean they can do the thing? No, it's just on a normal trap, right? Yeah. Okay, so they are gonna go and form an entire chain of chains. But here's the funky thing: because TTT doesn't target. It's actually kind of funny how this is gonna go, because they're gonna go and bounce back their big lady, I believe. Like, they're gonna bounce this back most likely. But because they did summon the Butler, we still do get to, like, steal a body. So that's all fine. I did force out the interactions, and that's kind of what I had in mind here. Ooh, Stovey. I think we still do take the lady, right? Yes, I think we still do take the lady. They can add the Chandelier back. But that's okay. Normal summon Lacrima, effect Lacrima. Send the trap. That was stupid. I should not have sent the trap. So, anyway. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I guess we're gonna go and throw this into the bin. The main problem that I have with it right now is there's no trap that is able to be activated because they don't have Cool Clock for as far as we know. Let's make Desiree, because we have everything anyway, so... This can all go back. Let's make Desiree. Let's see. I could make SP banish the Torvi. But I think that I like this play better. Let's go Lacrima and Sequence. Do we still get to do this? Yes. Lacrima and Sequence for SP. I know that they have drawn a fuck ton of cards, but it's kind of whatever in this position, I think. Wait, they have the... Oh, they have Lovely Engrave. Oh. They have Lovely, Labyrinth, and Lady Lab. Ooh, which one is more annoying for us? I think it's Lady Lab. Actually, Elemental Burst might be a bigger problem. I think this is how we do it. Oh. Okay. Sure. I guess we go Belt. Damn. Imagine. Sure. Butler, yeah. Yeah, I think I fucked up by making SP here. Marella. You know what? No, Marella's fine. Mm-hmm. I need to read the effect of this. Destroy all cards on your opponent's side of the field. Okay, so I need to get rid of that, otherwise we don't get the play. Gotcha. No, we're not gonna do anything like that. It's okay. I do think that I have a very, very big problem here. Like, we can set all cards, but then we have the problem that we're gonna get ass blasted. Because they do get to activate this now. And there are no restrictions to it either, so... They just have a board wipe right now that I can't deal with any other way. So I guess we're just gonna go into activate Desiree, Acnym Day to summon back the Desiree. Equip it. I am gonna force them to activate that thing, I think. I get the feeling that is the best option that I have here. We Nibiru right now, huh? I guess. It is the card that they drew for the summon of that. Okay, sure. Token in defense, well. We sent back the sequence. Sent the back row. They can do it in my end step as well. So fucking ass. Okay. I'm gonna go and set all of the traps because, you know, I'm gonna force them to do it. Here's the thing. If they don't blow up my field, then there's the problem that if they don't, we have our back row. If they do, our back row is in our grave and we at least have the burn protection, I guess. And we are able to get the Desiree back because we kept Lacrima in grave. So there's a chance that we are able to prevent them from playing in some way, shape, or form. It's just not ideal. Mm-hmm. No, fuck. I fucked up. Okay, fine, whatever. I fucked up big time. Yep, I screwed up there. You know what? I'm not even gonna play that one out. I shouldn't have summoned the engraver in such a quick fashion. I should have checked what was in the grave because I didn't have any leeway in what I was doing there. Because I did use the Desiree to send the back row to the grave, so I didn't have any monsters that I could miss. Because what I was gonna do is in their turn, I could have gone in the draw phase or standby, activate the Lacrima Engrave, summon Desiree through the means of like summoning Eknam Day and then activating the effect to summon Desiree. And then we at least had an active negate like 3 with about like 4k attack or something along those lines. 480 I believe, if I remember correctly. So that would have been a little bit of a problem for them if they didn't have more like Nibiru's and whatnot. Oh well. I did fuck that up. I could have played that better. I don't think I would have won there though, because I completely forgot that there was a Max C live the entire time. Which is on me. I mean, I should have kept that in mind. Oh well. Thank you all so much for watching. I am gonna go and end the stream here. If you like the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. And, well, like I'm always saying, feel free to join that Discord server. I keep people up to date there when I go live or if there's anything else that is happening, so feel free. Nobody is forcing you, but if you want to stay up to date, that's the place to be. I am going to be here again tomorrow with more Dynamorphia and more, hopefully, gem grinding, because I do want to go and pull a Bao. That would be kind of cool. Let's hope our pack luck is a little bit better tomorrow, but we will see. So, like I said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.